businesses, resellers, and thrift stores is caused by the lead and phthalates bans being retroactively applied to inventory. And what I mean by that is that the law impacts not only products manufactured after the effective date, but it impacts products sold after the effective date. And this retroactive effect makes illegal, on February 10th of 2009, inventory that was sitting in warehouses having met every single deadline that was in the statute over the first 6 months of implementation, and having advanced over 40 rulemaking activities to date, we do know that much work lies ahead of us. And let me just give you a bit of a flavor of some of the problems that we see on the horizon as they impact small businesses. The first is August 14th of 2009, when the issue of retroactivity will occur again as even lower limits on lead content go into effect, pulling into the law's reach even more children's products, and this is where you're going to see the impact on books and bicycles. Permanent tracking label requirements also go into effect on August 14th, which will have a particularly hard here to talk with you about the efforts that my agency has made to implement the CPSIA. My written statement provides an overview of the agency and the details of the agency's activities in implementing the new statute. So therefore, what I'd like to do with my time that I have with you is to, first of all, tell you what we did to inform the public about the new law. Second, what we learned along the way. And third, what we see as the issues going forward, especially as they impact small businesses. First, what we did. I first have to say that the CPSIA staff has just been tremendous since the act was signed into law last August, and I can't praise their work highly enough. But they were operating in an extremely difficult environment right from the start.
anyone thinks of as justice.
The Act was a very significant rewrite of our statutes,
of over 4,300
and it required that we begin promulgating regulations very quickly. The first rule had to be finally promulgated within 30 days of enactment. So we really had to begin our implementation with absolutely no time to train our employees into the nuances of the new statute.
The Court of Appeals for Veterans Claims,
even though the Act doubled the workload of the agency, we began with no additional funds, no new resources for a period lasting over 7 months, which was the critical first period of implementation of the Act.
I think, too,
we also already had a very full safety agenda that had been planned for this coming year. So the new Act's requirements were layered on top of that important safety agenda.
It's time we take a hard look at this layer of bureaucracy.
We took very seriously our obligation to educate stakeholders about the requirements of the new law. In the first month alone, we began a series of public meetings, first providing an overview of the Act, with later ones addressing specific topics that had fast-approaching deadlines, the testing and certification requirements, the phthalates ban, the lead ban, all-terrain vehicles, books, apparel, to give you just some examples. We developed a special website dedicated to the Act, which includes automatic updates to the public. We developed a plain English summary of the law, most relevant provisions, and posted that summary on the website. We began what is now a list of over 100 plain English answers to frequently asked questions. We've also issued guidance documents on numerous topics, some of those that are particularly targeted to small businesses, resellers, and home crafters. Our small business guide got 365,000 hits on our website the first month that it was put up.
It's good to once again have the opportunity to assess the appeals process for veterans' claims. As we all know, there are some long-standing issues regarding accuracy